I'm Randy Bongard with District Lending, your loan officer. Congratulations on finding a property that you really like and being able to put it under contract. We will now start your loan approval process. While we did most of the work at the time of issuing your pre-qualification, we will still need to gather some more information and/or documentation from you during this process. Our goal is to make it as stress-free and non-eventful as possible. Disclaimer: this video is a few minutes long, but it is super important that you watch it all the way through so that you understand how the process works and who all will be involved. The first thing you will do is get the property inspected. We don't need this for the loan, however, we strongly encourage you to get one done so that you know as much as possible about the structural integrity and condition of the property you are buying. You pay for this up front, normally cost a few $100s. If there are some items to be repaired, you will work this out on what is called the BINSR. This will be handled by the real estate agents if applicable. We normally won't order your appraisal, if required, until all of the BINSR items have been agreed to and your real estate agent has given us the green light. For the first day or two, my LOA, loan officer assistant, will be preparing your file for processing. The LOA needs to make sure your application is complete and that we have most of the documentation that will be needed, including the most recent versions for such things as pay stubs, bank statements, etc. If we need an appraisal, sometimes we don't, my LOA will contact you to get it ordered. You also pay for this at the time of order. Normal, a few $100s. Appraisals normally take about a week to complete, although some can take longer. My LOA will also work with you to lock your rate. This can be done at any time up until we are ready to submit your file to underwriting. The processing stage is where most of the detail work takes place, i.e. where we dot the I's, cross the T's, and connect the dots. This too is where a lot of the behind-the-scenes work takes place, such as getting all the title-related stuff, getting VOEs, verifications of employment, requesting tax transcripts from the IRS, if applicable, verifying Social Security. The processor's job is to submit as complete a file as possible to the investor's underwriter to ensure your loan approval. When we ask you for information or documentation, please don't get upset. We will only ask for those items that will truly be required to get your loan approved. The processing step normally takes a few days. If the processor has any questions or needs other documentation, he or she will email you. Note: whenever we ask you for information or documentation, please respond as quickly as possible, ideally within 24 hours if possible. The final step in the loan approval process is underwriting. This is done by the investor's underwriter, not us. The investor is the one who funds your loan. The underwriter is there to verify all information and documentation and make sure that specific loan program guidelines are met. It usually takes the underwriter a day or two to review your file. Normally, the underwriter will also need an item or two before he or she can issue final loan approval. This is when your file receives initial approval subject to certain conditions. At this time, the same processor will reach back out to you to get any final information or documentation. Once the processor has satisfied these conditions, the file will be resubmitted to the same underwriter for final loan approval. This normally takes about 24 hours to complete. The other thing that happens when the file is submitted to the investor's underwriter is they send out your CD, the closing disclosure. This is the document that explains all of the costs involved with your financing and closing. The rule is you are not eligible to sign your closing documents for 3 business days, including Saturdays, from the time you electronically acknowledge the CD. Once your final loan approval has been issued, the investor will send their loan documents to title. When title receives your loan documents, they will contact you to schedule a time to sign. You normally sign the day before the close of escrow date specified on the purchase contract. And lastly, as soon as the title company receives the loan wire from the investor, they will complete recording with the county. Once this is done, normally mid to late afternoon that day, the transaction is 100% complete. This is when you can get keys to your property. I trust my team will do a great job for you like they normally do. However, if you need me at any time, please do not hesitate to get in touch with me. Otherwise, I will call you the day we fund your loan to say congratulations and thank you. Talk to you soon.